I'm not gonna lie, a part of me is a little scared to say this because it feels illegal, but here it goes. I love Resident Evil 3. In my opinion, it's an underrated and overhated gem of a game. It has amazing characters and a good story, and they even added more to Joe's character. This could be because I'm a modern teenage Resident Evil fan who was only introduced to the series through Village, but to me, Jill in RE1 was just kinda bland, generic, and mostly uninteresting. While in this game, she may have developed this I don't take shit from anyone attitude, you do get to see her home, her PTSD from the events of the first game, and a less colder side of her, which shows that she really did have a life here in Raccoon City before the events of this game when she crossed paths with Kendo. Next to Jill, Carlos is easily my favorite character throughout the entire game, and I love the fact that he can super punch a zombie or a hunter like they owe him money. I have a lot more good things to say about this game, but for the sake of not making this part of the video too long, I'll leave off by saying that I was completely wrong about this game. It does deserve its flowers. Why the hell are people jumping on cars, punching out windows, vandalizing property, and starting a riot during a zombie outbreak? How the hell are you comfortable sleeping with jeans on? I don't care if this is a nightmare. Someone sleeping in bed with jeans on is sinful as shit. And by the way, who the fuck sleeps in bed with shoes on? Continue down this road, now I have to buy you a straitjacket.
Alright, I'm coming.
It doesn't matter how long you wait, Brad will never stop calling Jill's phone until she picks it up. Before Nemesis broke through Jill's apartment, there was no signs of any destruction or chaos happening. Now all of a sudden all hell's broken loose. Wow, Jill, you really took your sweet time running from Nemesis.
What was that thing?
Damned if I know. But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars left in town. You and me.
Wait, you already got attacked by Nemesis? If that's the case, then how are you still alive? And why did he stop attacking you to go after Jill? Wouldn't it make more sense for Nemesis to go after Jill first? Unlike Brad's dickheaded ass abandoning the Alpha team in the beginning of the first game.
Hey! Brad! Where the hell's he going?
Jill was actually in the Spencer mansion, which alone classifies her as a first-time witness.
Brad! Here they come!
Brad was already facing towards offensive zombies. There was no need to allow a warning like that.
Come on, Jill! We know how this ends!
No, I don't!
Yes you do. You survived the events of the Spencer mansion and knows what happens when someone gets bit. What the hell happened to the pistol that Jill had in her apartment, and why doesn't she have it on her by default? Also, I highly doubt that Jill would have been able to take that entire service belt off the dead cop and put it around her waist within that short amount of seconds.
Sir, are you alright?
That reaction was a little late, don't you think? How is it that Jill is able to drive a car off the roof of a parking garage and survive, but a random NPC dies from falling from a balcony?
She is an elite operative of RPD, Special Tactics and Rescue Service. Her name is something Valentine.
You know her rep, but you don't know her full name?
Here you go. We can use this to stay in contact.
I know what a radio is.
There's no need to be so cold and nasty to the guy who literally saved her life not a few minutes ago. Nobody told me to put Synthetic Man in this game. Where the hell are these people running to? They're literally running towards a dead end. Also, where the hell are they running from? There's nothing but blocked cars right behind them.
Carlos, I've reached the main avenue. Which way do I go?
Do you not know Raccoon City, a place you've lived in practically your whole life? Hell, you even have a map of the entire city in your apartment. You should know this place like it's the back of your hand. If Carlos knows his way around Raccoon City better than Joe does, then why does UBCS even need her assistance?
Oh, stars this soft. No wonder so many of you dead.
I found more dead UBCS members than stars.
He would have turned.
You don't know that for sure. You basically just walked in, saw him injured, then just shot the man without any confirmation that he was actually infected. Why doesn't Jill, the master of unlocking, have a lockpick by default? I remember Barry giving Jill a lockpick in the first game. What the hell happened to it, and why did she have it on her? An M-rated game like this should not feel the need to censor gore Jill's stomach bursting open. They had no problem showing us gore of a dead guy's stomach bursting open when Jill found a case with a lockpick in it.
Why is she here?
The last time you encountered Jill, you literally told her to go back to the subway station.
Go back to the subway station. We don't need a bleeding heart like you getting in the way.
Also, it's kinda weird how Jill's not even gonna bother to stand up for herself while Nikolai's talking down on her, giving her I don't take shit from anyone personality. It's like she pressed the mute button the second Tyrell and Nikolai walked into the room.
Come on, you creepy ass stalker! You want stars? I'll give you stars!
God damn it, Capcom. You guys just couldn't resist adding another mediocre sewer level, couldn't you? Why do people in Resident Evil games tend to write notes in life or death situations, and what are the odds that he would find a notebook and pen down here in the sewers? Also, all the information's in the middle of the book cliche. Not only was the latter half of this fire truck not here in Resident Evil 2, but neither was these wooden boards. Who the hell put them here anyway, and why are they all of a sudden gone when Leon and Eddie get here? Jill Valentine, the master of unlocking, is not able to use a lockpick to pick a lock. Remember when Leon found a note from Jill in the gun shop in Resident Evil 2? As it turns out, Jill did not write any such note before or even after this cutscene where Jill encounters Kendo, so I guess the note that Leon found in Resident Evil 2 just magically pops out of nowhere when he arrives. I don't remember seeing these trash bags here when Claire cuts through here in Resident Evil 2, and plus, wasn't there a gate right next to the stairway? If so, then who puts it there when Claire gets here in Resident Evil 2? Where did Nemesis get a rocket launcher from? Jill survives this.
Carlos, I know we didn't get off to a great start, but thanks for the save.
Hey, you saved my ass first.
No, Carlos. It was you who saved Jill from Nemesis when you two first met. What the hell are you talking about? Are you suffering from CRS or something?
Get off my train, shitbird!
Tyrell opens the gate during the cutscene, but for some reason after the cutscene, the gate is closed and locked despite them not closing it back during the cutscene.
Sorry.
Look, Capcom, I'm glad you guys provided an explanation of how Marvin got bitten, and I love the idea of Brad being the zombie to bite him. It's one of the reasons why I love this game. However, did you seriously need to make the zombie Brad talk in order for Marvin to get bitten? Now look, I get it. It's Resident Evil. The logic in these games always has been and probably always will be dumb. If there's anything that Resident Evil 2 taught me, is that games don't always have to make sense in order for them to be great. Still doesn't mean I'm going to overlook zombies being able to talk. Tyrell busted through the wooden planks in the doorway even though in Resident Evil 2 it will still be boarded up. Why is the front gate locked in Resident Evil 3? Later when Claire arrives in Resident Evil 2, the front gate is unlocked.
Where'd that cop go?
He pulled his disappearing trick, Carlos. He has a bit of a beef right now with Arthur the Magician. In Resident Evil 2, Leon had to cut off the yellow chains with bolt cutters to get into his room. In Resident Evil 3, Carlos is just able to walk right in. This wouldn't be a problem if this part of the game didn't take place before Resident Evil 2. I don't remember seeing this barricade in Resident Evil 2, and besides, who ends up removing the barricade before Leon arrives?
Now here's a weird fucking door.
Leave it. We're here for Bard.
Capcom makes sure the player isn't able to enter any of these rooms as an attempt to not break continuity, only to end up shooting themselves in the foot by allowing the player to unlock the same combinations from Resident Evil 2. If these locker combinations have already been unlocked by Carlos, then why are they still locked in Resident Evil 2? How did Tyrell make it from the main lobby to the STARS office? The only way to get to the STARS office is through the shower room, and Carlos had already blown out the wall within that room that left the fumes running from the pipes, so he clearly didn't come in through that way. So I ask again, how did Tyrell make it from the main lobby to the STARS office? Why is it that Chris's note in the STARS office is nowhere to be found? Again, friendly reminder, this part of Resident Evil 3 takes place before Resident Evil 2, and Claire will end up finding Chris's note in the STARS office despite it not being here in Resident Evil 3.
T, I gotta go.
How does Carlos end up leaving the RPD? Again, the shower room. Jill survives an entire subway crash, then proceeds to walk it off like it's nothing.
Bitch can't even swim.
This entire boss fight in front of the clock tower. Jill will still use a grenade launcher at the end of the clock tower boss fight even if he had a completely different weapon before the cutscene. Capcom just had to use the most cartoony sound effect, didn't they? I'm only speaking for myself, but these hunters suck more than your average low IQ fatherless ran through OnlyFans whore.
Who do you think you're talking to? I'm goddamn Nathaniel Bard. I'm the best biologist you'll ever meet, you bedpan-changing waste of a nursing degree.
Bard. Tyrell. Bard's dead. He's been shot.
Glad to know I wasted nearly an hour dicking around in the hospital just to get into his room. Meanwhile, Nikolai just hops in through a window and shoots Dr. Bard in the head. How convenient that Dr. Bard died with his email being open.
My God, Jill knew all along. And she trusted me anyway. Fuck!
Either the password was fuck, or punching a computer monitor unlocked the door. Either way, it's a sin. How the hell is Jill able to dream about the hospital room she doesn't even know she's currently in? The last time Jill was conscious was after that boss fight in front of the clock tower.
Where is he?
He went underground. Bard stockpiled the vaccine, enough to give the city some hope.
How the hell was Carlos able to get to the underground facility under the hospital without unlocking this door? Even if he did unlock this door, who the hell locked it behind him? It wasn't Tyrell because he's too busy trying to get the government to that new Raccoon City. I do not remember unlocking this safe while playing as Carlos. Okay, there's a few sins here. 1, you two seriously didn't notice that giant ass monster in the middle of the hallway? 2, how the hell did Nemesis get to the underground facility under the hospital? The last time he was seen, he was immobilized in front of the clock tower. 3, Jill shoots at Nemesis with a few rounds from a pistol, even though she should already know by now that that doesn't work. And 4, Nemesis kills Tyrell instead of Jill. This is a great example of how this creature is great at killing everyone except Jill, you know, the person he's been trying to kill this entire game. USB flash drives haven't been invented until 1999, and this game is set in 1998. Jill has the strength to successfully crawl away from the giant monster while trying to pull it towards the fire. What was in that vaccine that Carlos gave Jill again? Invisible walls. This boss fight damn near ripped the soul out of me and stressed me the fuck out. It's basically just a clock tower boss fight, but 10 times more frustrating because you have to deal with these little fuckers while keeping track of where Nemesis is and a bunch of other things. Jill is strong enough to carry an entire railgun like it's nothing. There was definitely something in that vaccine, confirmed. This part of the abandoned facility is literally just a reskin of the nest from Resident Evil 2.
Promised you this, didn't I?
So let me get this straight. Nikolai, having the vaccine that could be worth some serious money, doesn't take this opportunity to steal the helicopter and fly away after dealing with Carlos, and instead decides to wait for Jill to show up after she killed the Nemesis, ambush her, toss the vaccine on the ground, then shoot it right in front of her for no reason other than shock value. What was Nikolai's thought process again?
Carlos! No!
Where did Nikolai get a knife from?
Who are you working for?
I'll tell you. If you get me out of here, I'll pay you whatever you want.
Since you're not going to take him with you, you know you can't just shoot him, right? And by shoot him, I mean shoot him dead style where there's no possibility of him finding some other way to escape Raccoon City.
I decided then and there, the ashes of Raccoon City would be Umbrella's ashes too. I would end them. Once and for all.
And we know that's not going to happen because the next game in the series is about Leon going to a Spanish village to shoot infected Spanish people to save the most basic white girl possible, with Ada being somewhere in the mix, making this sequel bait completely pointless because it doesn't go anywhere.